Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice, she's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Thanks for tuning in to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Hasledge. 2 innocent lives have been taken due to gunfire in the city of Cleveland. Mayor Frank Jackson and Police Chief Calvin Williams addressed the media to discuss the recent tragedies and what the next steps are in trying to prevent more of these horrendous crimes.
To all those, not only who were involved in the recent 2 incidents, but all those people who would even think about doing anything in the future, that we believe they crossed the line. The Clevelanders believe that people have crossed the line. They believe that they've crossed the line in whatever their issues are and whatever their rationales is in regards to what they do. There is no explanation or no justification for the loss of innocence.
It's somewhat comforting that our community has started to step up and show their displeasure with things that are going on in the city, and to assist in bringing those that are responsible to task, to justice for what happened. We have to do more. We need to do more. And you know, we're asking for the public's help in this, and we need the public's help in this. Policing and safety in this city does not happen without our community members out there.
Residents are encouraged to attend monthly block club meetings that will be beginning Saturday, October 24th. For information, call 216-664-3290 or visit clecityhall.com. The Honorable Lee Fisher, who is the CEO and president of CEO for Cities, was sworn in by Mayor Frank Jackson as one of the newly appointed members of the Community Police Commission. The other members were sworn in on September 8th at Cleveland City Hall. Disaster can strike at any time, so it's important for all emergency workers to be fully prepared. One way of doing that is with a mass casualty disaster drill, which is held at Hopkins every 3 years and with a topical issue in mind.
Basically, we have over 50 agencies. These are our mutual aid partners, public safety officials, federal officials here, and we're exercising the airport emergency plan. In the event of a real plane crash, it makes sense to have a drill so that you can actually experience what would happen at the airport during the event. Today we decided in our scenario was that a drone aircraft would bring the airplane down, and that's because there's an awful lot of issues associated with drones. And also the City of Cleveland is considering legislation right now to make the operation of a drone aircraft without the proper authorization a crime. And we wanted to basically let people know that we're in the process of implementing that law in the City of Cleveland.
The FBI is out here supporting the exercise, and we are integrating our particular investigative resources to help train us up so that we're able to respond to an incident like this.
I have a great appreciation for the emergency responders in Cleveland now. Like, even though it was a mock drill, they took everything very seriously. They were always sure to stay in character and to take everything very seriously, whether it was small procedures or orchestrating the entire event today. I have a big deal of respect for the Cleveland Fire Department, Cleveland EMS, and Cleveland Police now, and all the surrounding districts of those respective services.
The Mayor's Office of Sustainability has been working hard to create a future for Cleveland that's not just thriving, but also green. To make this future a possibility, each year the office reaches out to people from all walks of life for new ideas, action plans, and concepts that could one day make Cleveland a model of a thriving green city on a blue lake. This gathering is known as the Sustainable Cleveland 2019 Summit.
We're here at the 7th Annual Sustainability Summit to renew, engage, celebrate, innovate, and to make progress toward achieving our goals.
Now in its 7th year, the Sustainable Cleveland Summit was led by several respected keynote speakers, but not before a kickoff message by Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson.
This is a 10-year effort to transform our economy into a sustainable economy that benefits people, that we can make money, we can make profit, we can be friendly to the environment, we can create healthy and happier people, and we can eliminate those social disparities that exist in our present economic social condition.
Cleveland will surprise, amaze, and inspire the world with its transformation to a bright green city on a blue lake. Determined people from every walk of life will work together to shape vibrant, livable communities, innovative businesses, and a flourishing natural environment that will result in wealth, health, creativity, and economic opportunities for all.
Each year, the summit is based on various celebration topics, including energy efficiency, local foods, and zero waste. This year's topic is clean water, and to help support this theme, keynote addresses were given by field experts, including Dr. Marcus Erickson, co-founder of the Five Gyres Institute, who shares the results of his years-long oceanic research expedition to determine the amount of trash in the oceans.
I took all of our data and we collected about 1,500 samples over 6 years, adding data from other colleagues to ocean modelers. We used my data to populate the model, and we came up with the first global estimate of how much trash is floating in the world's oceans. About 250,000 tons from 5.25 trillion particles. What's interesting is about 92% of that waste is microplastic, particles smaller than a grain of rice.
Listening to speakers and panelists was just one of the ways attendees participated in the two-day event. Breakout sessions were used for people to discuss topics, create action plans, and report their findings and solutions to the rest of the group. Just as he opened up the summit, Mayor Frank Jackson delivered the closing address. Success
is built around your commitment and your passion. We can have conversations in government and as individuals about what should be done and what can be done, but you demonstrated by your commitment and passion to this every year. So next year is the year of transportation, and we will be working on that with the Stewardship Council and our sustainability group, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you very much.
So today's event, the Great Lake Erie Boat Float, it's all about raising awareness on plastic pollution and having fun doing it. So you'll see behind me all these different boats made out of recycled materials. And these are meant to go in the water to test to see if they actually float. Of course, we have pretty heavy winds today, so we aren't able to do that. But still, there's judges that are walking around, basically assessing the quality of these boats. But it's really all about raising awareness on clean water and plastic pollution.
Our boat is made out of Coke bottles and PVC. I've been saving the bottles for about a year since I saw the race last year. I have about 5 times as many as this at home. We strung the bottles together with twine and PVC that I had in the basement. We were going to run 2 more vertical lines to keep it stable, to hit the water. And our paddle is made out of a piece of 3/4 inch copper pipe and some plastic, well, I guess paint holders you'd call them.
This race is not just about us getting to come out to the lake and have some fun and get to try to build something from scratch, but it's also trying to show how we can repurpose things that we already own instead of having to go out and buy other products. We can reuse what we have. And it's a way of showing that we can help save the earth and reuse the materials that we already have.
You can go to www.sustainablecleveland.org, and there is loads of information on sustainability in all these areas, how you can get involved, how do you get your friends and colleagues involved.
The boat float was a great time, even though we didn't get in the water. But if you want to see our progress and how we ended up winning the Sustainability Summit in the end, follow the hashtags #CaughtInTheActCleveland and #TeamCLEmedia on Twitter. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, CMSD TV reporter Shannon Cantner will show us how students are adjusting to the new school year.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Remember being in middle school? It's an exciting time, but it can also be a little scary, especially in 8th grade, navigating life as a teenager and getting ready for high school. But the Cleveland Metropolitan School District is helping students make the most of their 8th grade year so they can start high school on a high note. Our CMSD reporter Shannon Cantner tells us about the new mentoring program from its big kickoff event at the zoo.
Much like entire elephant herds that help raise and protect baby elephants, CMSD's brand new True to You mentoring program is calling on business partners and community leaders throughout the city to help more than 800 CMSD 8th graders make that transition into high school. And I was here at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo for the program's larger-than-life kickoff.
The program is a mentoring program for all 8th grade students. We are able to provide a business mentor as well as a mentor from the community to kind of share their experiences over how they got to be where they're at, the challenges that kind of go with the transition to being an adult, but to also show them some support and to truly get them to understand and identify what they want to do as they become adults and kind of decide on their high school.
It's learning about self-awareness and what that is. It's meeting young professionals that have gone through Cleveland schools and that have graduated or in a career path and what that took for them to get there. And so it really is setting the stage for them.
The kickoff set the stage with a team building and problem solving scavenger hunt in the rainforest, a workshop with author and speaker Stedman Graham.
Do you know who you are?
And an interactive career seminar.
All right, how about a big round of applause for our brave volunteers?
Today's been awesome. A lot of it is to get the students acclimated to the program. We've been preparing for it since February. They've had bits and pieces since school started, but to actually get them used to being in the program, to kind of know what it's about, we thought it would be exciting to get them out of school for a day and kind of experience it in a different environment.
District CEO Eric Gordon also stopped by to discuss the importance of the program. CMSD students are the first ever to experience True to You.
This is a program that is so important that instead of doing it as an after-school
school volunteer, we're bringing it into school as part of your day. So that tells you that something important is going on when we don't make it extra, we make it part of your day.
Mentors will visit the schools at least one day a month for 3 hours. Those visits begin September 17th and continue for the whole school year.
8th grade is such a pivotal year. It's a transition year. It's when many of the young people have to pick their high schools. And not only that, but we know in 9th and 10th grade, those are the highest years of dropout. So we want to make sure that young people feel connected, that they have goals, and that they're ready to transition, and this helps with the transition.
8th grade to 9th grade transition is a big point. So we wanted to make sure that we can give them some support so that way they knew that they can do it. And also to continue providing them with a team to work with them through the rest of high school so that way they can go on to be whatever they want to be. We always say if you can touch one, you've done your job, but we've got 850. So trying to do our best to get to know them, get to know the mentors. Hopefully they build some long-standing relationships with the mentors that can continue for the rest of their lives. And then they think back to this when they were adult and say, remember that True to You program? Well, it truly helped me because I was able to do this, and that's why I'm in this career path that I'm in.
True to You plans to be in 23 schools this year, 46 by next year, and mentoring all CMSD 8th graders by the 3rd year. Reporting from the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo, Shannon Kantner, CMSD TV.
Thanks, Shannon. Mentors visited schools on September 17th for the first time. There are more than 200 businesses and community volunteers helping students. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll get an update on how our sports teams are doing with reporter Christian Patterson.
Social hosting is when you provide a place where teens can drink alcohol, and so you don't actually have to furnish the alcohol, and you don't even have to be there. But if you're allowing that to occur by being negligent, that's social hosting. Me being a parent myself of teenagers right now, I would think it would be totally unacceptable for another parent to provide alcohol for my child or to give them a place to drink alcohol. I just think that's totally irresponsible. They may think that they're allowing a safe environment, but eventually they're going to go to bed, or they're not going to be guarding kids all night long. Really, what we're after is better decision making so that we don't have to be out there arresting people and charging people with crimes. We want to keep our communities safe, so remember this: parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to teenage drinking.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Hi, this is Don Whitell inviting you to watch the Polka Train right here on TV20.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Christian Patterson, and here's a look at what's going on in sports. Senate Athletic League play is in motion, and the teams are battling to hopefully represent the Senate in the 2015 high school football playoffs. This past week, I got a chance to cover the East Tech versus Whitney Young varsity football game. Let's take a look at this Senate Athletic League weekly football showdown. Heading into this game, I got a chance to catch up with Vincent Hunt, head football coach for the Whitney Young Warriors, and he talked about the team's game plan against East Tech.
Our game plan was to establish the run, get some of our playmakers. We're kind of small in size, so we want to try to utilize our quickness to be able to kind of spread them out so we can kind of get the plays that we want to get, so we don't get into like a physical match of just power. We want to kind of mix and match and keep them off balance.
Also, Daryl Forrest, head coach for the East Tech Scarabs, shares his game plan for today's game.
Today's game plan, we wanted to pass the ball. We wanted to actually run the ball at them. They did a great job against us today. A quality opponent. Whitney Young gave us everything that we can handle.
In what turned out to be a straight defensive game, the Scarabs and Warriors played hard-nosed defense for 4 quarters. This might as well have been a battle of the quarterbacks playing keep away from the defenders. Sack after sack after sack. The defensive line on both sides dominated the offensive line. The quarterbacks barely had any time to let the play develop to make any impact plays. So they had to rely on their legs to hopefully make something happen. Although this was a defensive game, both teams showed some flashes on offense. It started off with a few big passing plays from both teams, which were both first downs. Then, Whitney Young's quarterback made a big play with a quarterback keeper. Finally, both teams made some crucial passing plays. East Tech put themselves in a great position to seal the game with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And with a little more than a minute to go, East Tech's quarterback, Eric Bedell, took a play-action quarterback keeper 35 yards for a touchdown. Final score, East Tech 6, Whitney Young 0. After the game, Coach Forrest touches on how glad he was to get the win.
It was great, you know what I'm saying? I saw my team persevere, I saw my team go through some tough battles, but we fought through it and we finished the job.
Player of the game, East Tech quarterback Eric Bedell, speaks on his game-winning touchdown and how it made him feel.
That was the best moment of my life right now.
The Cleveland Indians, Lift Up America, the Cleveland Food Bank, and Insurance Partners Agency teamed up with Tyson Foods for another successful food donation initiative. For the 9th consecutive year, they've partnered to help bring the gift of food to more than 30 Cleveland area agencies.
No matter what the economic climate, where we are in terms of the elections next year, there is a need that continues to grow in this area.
So we are absolutely thrilled to be here today with these wonderful partners. Tyson has made a donation of 40,000 pounds of high-protein chicken, which we are distributing today to some of our network of member agencies, folks who run food pantries and hot meal sites, and other organizations that serve people in need. It's a great partnership between Insurance Partners and the Food Bank and the Cleveland Indians as well.
Tyson Foods has assisted Lift Up America in providing food in more than 20 cities to reduce domestic hunger in the United States.
Over the last 10 years, Tyson has donated 100 million pounds of food for the food bank initiatives and for the poor and the needy. And so it's part of our DNA. It's something we really, we're privileged to do it, but we really desire to do it. We really care.
Helping combat hunger in Northeast Ohio is not an easy task, but it's strength in numbers.
Well, I think what you have here is an example of businesses coming together that recognize the need to serve the community for which they do business, to come together to meet needs that otherwise would be neglected. So it's great to see businesses come together with city leaders, nonprofit organizations to meet the needs of the community. So it's people operating from their heart to meet the needs.
A 2014 Feeding America study found that in Northeast Ohio, more than 574,000 people turn to hunger programs annually.
You know, the fact is that last year we provided enough food for 45 million meals in our 6-county area, but there's still a gap in our community. More meals are needed. And so through our network of 800 member agencies and programs in a 6-county area, we're trying to inspire the community to really help take a bite out of hunger, fight hunger this September, and make sure that everyone in our community has access to the nutritious meals that they need.
1 in 7 Americans turn to the Feeding America network for food assistance. So the longevity of this program is essential for our community.
You know, we really value our partnership with Tyson and, of course, with everybody who's involved. And hopefully this is something that can continue well into the future. We look forward to this donation every year. And the fact is that we really need this donation. New data just came out that Ohio is 6th in the nation in food insecurity. And City of Cleveland children have the 2nd highest poverty rate of any city in the country. And so this food is critically important, and we can't let it go.
The Cleveland Browns and the Greater Cleveland Food Bank teamed up once again for the 17th annual Taste of the Browns. This very special event celebrates our city's passion for sports, our appreciation for Cleveland's acclaimed culinary cuisine, and their commitment to the community.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited about tonight's event. We've got more than 1,000 guests who are coming to join us, 35 of the city's best restaurateurs and chefs, and of course a long list of Browns alumni and Browns players, including some stars from yesterday's winning game.
And the Cleveland Browns are grateful to partner once again with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank to help tackle hunger in the Cleveland community.
I'm proud to be the co-chair. I'm glad they asked me. This is the second year in a row they've asked me, and Joe Hayden is my other co-chair. But again, it's a great event because the sport's a great cause. Fans get certainly caught up in the atmosphere here. Everybody seems to have a good time. So it's been a successful event year after year after year. So I mean, it's a great thing for us to have here, and it supports a great cause.
Throughout the evening, guests have the opportunity to mingle with Cleveland Browns athletes while enjoying delicious tastings prepared by more than 30 of our area's best chefs and restaurants. Also, attendees can bid on silent auction items to benefit the food bank.
Yeah, we got happy Browns fans in here, so the bidding will be a little bit higher. So I think that was definitely going to be a positive that we came out and hadn't played a good game. So they're happy, we're happy. Hopefully the prices will go up.
Joe Hayden also touches on some of the items in his special gift basket that will be auctioned off tonight.
Just a couple things that I play when I'm at home with my teammates on my spare time. I got a PlayStation 4 with a couple of the games like Madden, NFL 2K, FIFA, things like that. Just things that I do on my spare time.
City of Cleveland Chief Operating Officer Darnell Brown speaks on why this event is so important to the city and its residents.
We have a number of seniors and children that are the most vulnerable part of our population. And so this goes a long ways towards the goal of helping to raise the amount of cash in the community to do what we need to fight hunger. Looking at the overall campaign for this year, the Greater Cleveland Harvest for Hunger campaign raised enough money actually to make over 20 million meals. So this is part of that process also.
Well, the fact is that September is National Hunger Action Month. And so this is a great time of year to do an event like this because not only can we raise dollars, but we can also raise awareness and get people talking about the need for food in Northeast Ohio. And so the fact is that even if your viewers can't be here tonight, there are lots of different ways they can help, and they can help all month long. So they can go to our website at www.clevelandfoodbank.org to find out how.
Well, that's all I have for your TV20 Weekly Sports Wrap-Up. When we return from break, we'll have more with Leah.
Woo! I came just as soon as I heard the news.
While you're enjoying that midnight snack, tune in to watch the best B-movies on Cleveland Classic Cinema.
What began as a silly party given by an eccentric has now involved us all in murder.
I ain't right, I'm just scared. With host Nick D'Amico. It's always good to know that.
Only on TV20, We Are Cleveland.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. Taking care of your pet can get expensive. Exams, vaccinations, even basic supplies like leashes and collars can add up. Thanks to Ward 10 Councilman Jeff Johnson and local organizations like Pet Fix, Glenville residents had a chance to get all of those basic needs for their pet for free at the 4th Annual Cat and Dog Wellness Day.
It is a time when I wanted to be able to every year tell my residents to bring the other member of their family, and that is their pet, the dog or cat. We really believe that if we can provide free veterinarian services, shots, spay, neuter, that the animals will be healthier in Ward 10. And so That's what we did. 4 years ago we started this, and we have some great partners that we partner with, and I'm delighted about the turnout. We expect to have about 600 dogs taking care of about 200 cats. Not everyone takes them to the vet, and we want to bring the vets to them. So we have 4 vets here today. We have assortment of organizations, and we're doing the chip. You know, when they're lost, we can identify them through scanning of the chip, and we're doing free giveaways and checkups. And so we're very happy with the turnout. I'm very happy with the 4th year.
September is Save Our Homes Month. The Cleveland Municipal and Cuyahoga County Courts teamed up at the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland to help residents find ways to save their own. Here's why they decided to join together.
Because people need information for livability of their neighborhood, to live in their house. Real estate has been in crisis the last few years, and people need to have information in order to maneuver around that crisis.
And we decided as stakeholders in Cuyahoga County and in the city that we wanted to be able to have a public forum, an open forum, for the constituents to come and ask questions of us about how they can save their home, how they might be able to avoid citations on their home, how can they improve their home, and questions that they want to ask us that we can answer.
Don't worry if you miss this event. There are opportunities every day to get the information you need.
We have a housing court clinic that makes available to the public on a daily basis, 8 to 4, where we address any of the public's needs, whether it's an eviction, assistance with that, a lockout, any sort of restraining order, assistance with rent depositing. So we're there to educate those that come in and assist them, direct them to the proper resources, whether it be legal aid, whatever the case may be.
But today we see lots of programs going on around our neighborhoods and lots of opportunities for our residents. And it's a great opportunity now. It's a great time to buy homes. We see far too many people who get caught up in deals and transactions. As the saying goes, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. We want to make sure that people get the kind of help they need when they're buying a house, get to counseling through either neighborhood housing services or one of our lead agencies. Or if you're in a house and you need to figure out what's going on, you can call Legal Aid Society, or you can go work with many of the other community agencies that are around our neighborhoods.
The Cleveland Department of Public Health invited guest speakers to Cleveland City Hall Rotunda to help educate the community with exciting new insights and approaches to combat childhood obesity in Cleveland. TV20 reporter Christian Patterson has more on this story.
September is National Childhood Obesity Awareness Month. So enlightening parents with different ways to combat childhood obesity is vital.
It's essential that the parents are highly involved with combating childhood obesity. It is a lifestyle change, and it's going to take the family's support, and it's also going to take their level of understanding of what needs to be changed. For example, what are healthy food items? What is portion control? What are some different cooking preparation methods that are going to impact the health of their child?
Nearly 1 in 3 children in the United States is overweight or obese. So changing their diet and exercise routine now will significantly help their health in the long run.
So I think it's important for parents to realize that and try to get these kids to be active. And again, homework these days is all computer-based, and so they're just sitting on the couch and doing their homework. And so try to get them to do exercise. Multiple issues force these kids not to be active. And the trick is trying to get the parents to realize what they can do at home. And again, that's something we focus on at the Healthy Kids Healthy Weight program. We give them ideas on inexpensive equipment they can use at home to keep the kids active.
The daily intake of fruits and vegetables for kids in Ohio is about 2.1. And at 30.8%, Ohio is the 24th most obese state in the U.S. for children. Replacing sugars and other unhealthy foods for more fruits and vegetables can be the difference in a long, healthy life.
We need to start eating real food and stop eating, we call it crap, C-R-A-P, calories robbed at processing. In other words, we're eating dead food, we're feeding it to our families, and we need to start eating real, live food. And the number one thing driving obesity is America's number one drug, sugar.
Ann Kent, a client of Kathy Dolgen, expresses how great she feels after giving up sugar.
It begins with just a simple, like a 5-day cleanse where you're not eating any sugar or salt, and then going on from there. So now I'm eating most foods, but I have lost, as of today, 39 pounds. And I'm feeling so much energetic, so much more energized. I'm working out. I'm waking up at like 5:30 in the morning, ready to go, versus pushing that snooze alarm like 3 times, which is what I was doing before. So it's really phenomenal.
As parents, caregivers, communities, and healthcare, we can work together to make sure the healthy choice is the easy choice. For TV20, I'm Christian Patterson. We are Cleveland.
Cleveland's High Tech Academy teamed up with the Phoebe Foundation to bring a financial literacy workshop to young teenagers with the goal of getting them prepared financially for life after high school. TV20 News reporter Dan Monroe has more.
High school students from around the area came together at Tri-C's Metro campus for a seminar on how to be a winner at the game of life. More specifically, they learned how to be smart financially. High Tech Academy principal Stacy Hutchinson talks about how the summit helps young teenagers.
What the Game of Life Youth Summit is all about is to help our young people get educated so they can enter the real world being financially armed with the best information.
Speakers from the world of banking, finance, and education held a variety of sessions on topics such as basic check writing, saving for the future, foreclosure prevention, and how to be responsible with loans and credit cards.
When our young people graduate from high school, go off to college, they do find themselves often in credit card debt because they go after our young people in college. We don't want that to happen, nor do we want for our young people to have a lot of loans when they graduate from college. So moving forward, High Tech Academy will host a 2016 Game of Life Youth Summit. So any young person that's out there or any parent that's out there, if you're interested, if you want to participate, if you would like to volunteer, if you would like to be a sponsor and or a vendor, please contact or reach out to the Phoebe Foundation, phoebefoundation.org, and or call 216-987-4675.
At the 2015 Game of Life Youth Summit for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
The opening celebration for Hispanic Heritage Month kicked off at Cleveland City Hall Council chambers. City leaders and representatives of the Hispanic community came together to celebrate the beginning of a month-long festivity. For additional information, visit the City of Cleveland website. Let's take you to Historic League Park, where people from all over the Cleveland area came together to listen to music, watch baseball, and share some of their favorite dishes. TV20 reporter Dan Monroe brings you the fun and delicious story that is potluck in the park.
If you like food, music, food, old-timey baseball, food, good times, and did I mention food? Then you are probably at Sustainable Cleveland's Vital Neighborhoods Group's 4th annual Potluck in the Park.
Yeah, well, this is our Potluck in the Park, which we have been doing for the past 3 years. Well, this is the 4th year. And we pretty much we send out invitations and ask people to come from all over the city, and they bring all different types of dishes, and we bring people we also get food donated from different restaurants, and the idea basically is to bring people together from different neighborhoods.
Look at this, I'm so cool like an ice cube, I'm straight out of Cleveland, CLE order 216, fresh kept right in your mix, fresh kept coming to your door.
Vital Neighborhoods is a group that formed out of the SC 2019 Summit, and we formed in 2010, and it's a group of people who came together who decided that they wanted to focus on what makes a neighborhood a vital neighborhood, what elements make a neighborhood great. And so we look at things like housing, recreation, transportation, community services, different things like that that really help to create a neighborhood that meets the needs of the residents that are there.
Being at League Park, it's only fitting that there should be a reenactment of an old-fashioned baseball game. The music was rocking, neighbors were talking, and the food was delicious. Now, if you'll excuse me, this reporter needs to get something to eat. At League Park, for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
If you would like to see these stories in their entirety, tune into TV20's Around Town and just check our schedule for times. That's all for your TV20 Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
be nice. She's new. Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened? Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.